all right?
Yeah,
For
I
the
am.
approach?
I'm kind of going all right. I didn't get much sleep last night. We flew all night overnight, so red eye flight back from Bali. So we're in Albar at the moment as we speak, Biribai
Yeah,
country. So I'd like to just acknowledge country here on this land. Also, got to thank the Balinese for letting me do what I do when I go to places. And also a big shout out to my home, I suppose, up at Yidinji country up in Cairns, and my ancestors up in the Torres Straits as well. So that's a kind of a little quick acknowledgement, brother.
yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So back in Biribai country.
Good work, bro. Good work. Good work. That's a tough that one. Flying overnight, isn't it?
Shit, yeah, mate. No, it's bloody. And usually I can sleep, but I don't know what it was last night. Maybe I was excited to get back. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe,
It
brother.
was. It's been raining. It's been raining, Bali. Bloody
Yeah, I've seen your post, brother. I've seen your post. So
yeah. So it's good to get out of there because for the time being, anyway. But we're looking forward to getting back there probably another 6 months' time. Yeah.
so some heavy rain over there, some flooding.
Oh mate, yeah. The 2 nights ago. So last night was Wednesday night, Tuesday night, probably Monday night. Yeah, poured from 9 o'clock onwards. Just kept pouring. Yeah, so which happens over there, I guess. That's what happens. It's a bit like Cairns, I guess, and tropical far north. It's prone to monsoonal rain, so go with the flow. And 2 days later, it's back to business for the Balinese people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
Yeah.
just get back onto it.
You know, brother, we talk about resilience and all that sort of stuff, but they're a
Yeah,
really resilient mob, aren't they? So
yeah, they are, mate. Yeah, and when I was able to, I ended up going and get a coffee and a haircut, and they're just smiles all up the street on their motorbikes, everything. They're happy to be getting out and about again. So not much, not much keeps them happy, which is good.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, mate. It's really, really kind of changes the whole, what do you call it, the whole feeling of the whole day, and yeah, they're all really happy to be out and about again and getting back to work and all that kind of stuff. So, but like that sort of thing happens in Australia. It's a national disaster. You know what I
disaster.
mean?
Yep.
There's CES and everyone's into it. These guys don't have anything like that in Bali. They get and do it themselves. Which is quite interesting. Yeah, they don't complain about it. They just get on and do the job and clean it
Yeah.
up and
They,
get back to
they
work.
look at it, it is what it is, don't they? So,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But it's each their own, I guess. I mean, we definitely need support when things like Lismore happened, for instance. You know,
yeah, definitely.
people's
Oh,
lives were affected, all that kind of stuff. We've been through that stuff as well, JB. Like we keep saying how long we've been going since March this year, so 6 years. So we've
yeah,
covered all of
6
that
years,
stuff.
brother. 6 years. So,
Yeah, bushfires and all sorts of things, mate. Yeah, COVID was a
yeah,
big,
there's been
the
couple of
instigator.
pretty big disasters, hasn't there? So,
Yeah, pretty big disasters, and yeah. So anyway, So I'm happy to be back, mate. It's a good feeling to be back on country, and um, it's I'm looking forward. Probably I'll go. Actually, I'm not here next week. I'm up in Brisbane doing some work. And I know we talked a little bit about the end of this month as well. So prior to the end of this month, I'm over in Alice doing some work. So uh,
yeah,
they don't
okay.
muck around, do they? They get straight back into it. I'll tell you that much.
Straight back in, brother. Straight back in. You got to do it. You got to do it that way. So,
Yeah. So it's I'm excited about getting back into it and doing some stuff. Yeah, and
well,
hopefully
you,
join you guys at the end of this month as well.
yeah, we'd love that. We'd love that. So, yeah.
Yeah. How you and LB been going, mate?
Yeah, it's been going all right. It's LB's suffered with a couple of migraines over the last week or so, so
Oh,
been a little bit slow going. But back into it last few days anyway. So back in Toowoomba and out at Warwick.
Yeah.
Those
You're in
sort of places.
Townsville now, aren't you?
Yeah, we're in Townsville too. We got here this afternoon. So in Townsville.
Birragubba country.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah,
That's correct. Yes. So we got a few meetings here, and then hope to have a day off on the 28th, which is our anniversary, brother. So
nice. Yes. Yeah, very nice. Happy anniversary of the 28th. Actually,
28th. That's the one.
That's a couple of days. It's 26 today.
Yes.
That's on Friday.
Well, I better get onto it, brother. I better get onto it because I've got nothing planned, brother. So.
Oh well, that's us, Blake. So it always happens, mate. It's just like anything. How all of a sudden it happens and you just do it. That sort of stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I'm sure it'll be fine, brother. I'm sure.
Yeah. We celebrate every day of our marriage.
Exactly right. Every day is a great day, isn't it?
It's like Valentine's Day all over again. Every day, wake up happy.
That's why we don't need one day as Valentine's Day, because every day.
Absolutely, we've got to share the love. Share if you're going to share the love, share it every day.
100%.
100%. You can't go wrong there.
That's it.
Fellas can go wrong. They don't share the love every day, and you don't even know whether it's an anniversary or a birthday or anything, but you just keep sharing the love, and that's you get away with it.
100%. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. We're probably
we're digging a hole, mate. We're digging a hole for ourselves.
Yeah, and it's getting deeper and deeper.
But we're well-meaning, though. We're well-meaning.
Always well-meaning, brother. I mean, we're actually talking about that. We're actually talking about that saying yesterday, on one of our little road trips. What does it actually mean? When someone comes up to you and go, "Oh, geez, he's well-meaning. He's not a bad luck. He's well-meaning."
Yeah, what does it mean?
It's just that he gets himself into trouble, or what does that actually mean?
He thinks he's doing well, or is it? He thinks he's doing well, but he just made the whole situation worse. But anyway, he's well-meaning.
That's the way I take it, anyway.
Well, we are. Like we're trying to do the right thing. It's we're well-meaning, but often that doesn't come across. You know what I mean?
Sometimes, brother, it really doesn't matter what you do, does it? So.
Oh yeah, that's why I say you got to share love every day, brother. That's what I mean.
100%. 100%.
You cover yourself. It doesn't matter what's happening. Yep. Just get up and love you, darling. We're having a great day today. That's it. We're going to have a really beautiful day. You never know.
You do realise we're live, don't you?
I know. But that, you don't even know whether it's an anniversary or birthday or something that's happening. You just say that and hopefully you're well-meaning. You know what I
mean? Yeah.
You're well-meaning. Yeah. It means well.
It
means well. That's right.
Yeah. As I said, we've just been having that conversation about what that actually means. So.
Yeah.
It means well.
Yeah, it means well. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but he's a.
Means well, but
even like but he's an arsehole. Oh no, I shouldn't say that. No. He just stuffs it up all the time. That's all.
Yeah.
And do we say that when we talk only about men, or do we say that when we talk about women?
It's probably. Oh no, we probably say it about both, don't we?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think maybe. I don't know. It's anyone that's well-meaning, I suppose.
Yeah, it means well.
Trying to be anyone trying hard, but they just can't crack it. It's.
Well, you could sort of take it either way, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah.
Some people might go, "Oh shit, that's good. They're talking nice about me." Others could go, "Oh, that's not very nice."
Yeah. Oh, well, that's right too. And it could mean the other way around. They're they're trying to be mean to you, but they're not doing a good job of it.
That's what I'm saying, brother.
They're having a go at you, but they're just not cracking it. They're just not. No, they're well-meaning, but I know what they're trying to do. But anyway, that's okay.
Yeah, he's well-meaning, but he's an idiot.
Yeah. That'll be a nice shirt, you know. I'm well-meaning.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm well-meaning.
Well-meaning. Sorry, but I'm well-meaning. Yeah, we should get some of those done. JB and CJ.
Before I say anything, yeah, I'm well-meaning.
Yeah.
To offend anyone.
I'll just let you know. Here we go.
just
let you know I'm well-meaning.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Big happy smile on the back, smiley face on the back. I think we're onto something, brother. I think we're onto something. Anyway. Yeah.
Next someone else has come out with it.
I know someone will do it. You watch.
Yeah.
But jump the gun a bit. Yeah, that's right. But yeah. If you do, anyone out there does that, just send us a couple of t-shirts. That's all.
Yeah. Can you? See that we've done all the hard work.
We just brainstormed a whole bloody
brand,
a new brand, the well-meaning brand.
Yeah, well-meaning. Now, brother, what's the weather like down there?
It's very nice, mate. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Beautiful. I said today when we were sitting outside, I said, geez, it's a lovely day here, you know, and it's really nice. It's temperature's pretty good as well. Warm, but we came through a little bit of rain as we got onto the highway from Newcastle. So, you know, when you're leaving the airport and you get down to the highway, it kind of started raining a little bit, showers, but then it cleared up. So it's a pretty good. It's a pretty good day. Yeah.
Well, some of the locals I was talking to today, they said we're in for a big weekend of wet weather here. So
Townsville, yeah. How did you get there? You flew up?
Yeah, no, we flew up, brother. We flew up.
Yeah,
because as you know, we've got a bit of a story going with our new caravan. So we had to get a GVM upgrade on the car. So we now got that done on Tuesday. Yeah. So all done, but somehow the compliance plate registration got mucked up with the caravan. So they reckon it takes another month. It's been 3 weeks now, but they reckon it takes a month to turn that around. So I'm not sure, because we've got a couple of big trips planned too, you know, for work, back to the community like Wilcannia, and we did want to actually take it to Tennant Creek, where we're going in middle of March, but we're not sure we're going to be able to do that, brother.
Yeah, well, mate, like I said, I'll be up there. I'll maybe in Tennant, I'll be in Alice Springs, I suppose, and at the end of March. So yeah, but you need to be back. Get back to the Goldie, I suppose. Yeah,
we need to be back on the Goldie at the end of March. And, well, hopefully we're going to see you down there at the Wilcannia Mob camp on the Gold Coast. But
yeah. Well, mate, look, I'm actually looking forward to catching up, I suppose. In particular, speaking to Brendan, our guest from last week. So, what a bloody champion he is. I mean, he's I just hope he's not beating himself up still about something that happened back in the past.
I've spoke to him a couple of times this week, so he's going a little bit better than what he was. So it's good. I think having a yarn on here and letting it out a bit has helped him, and hopefully he does see. Well, he does. I mean, I know he sees a lot of the good stuff he does. But, to hold yourself accountable for all those years, bro, is pretty big punishment, isn't it? So,
well, you never know, mate. Yeah, that's the thing about it. Anyone we talk to these days, what people have gone through in the past, and, they carry that. Obviously, if anyone doesn't really understand the term generational trauma, this is a perfect example of it. You know what I mean? He was carrying that for a long time. It's not generational, but the feeling of guilt, I guess, is and of loss kind of lives with us in particular. I guess everyone experiences it, but they know what it is. But especially in the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander sense historically. This is where we are at the moment. So and it's easy to get. It's easy to fall into that. It's like a default for us. When something happens, it sort of goes back to that.
Yeah, when you think about it, CJ, like we really are a strange mob, us humans, aren't we? We have that regret, we have that that sort of thing from yesteryear, or whenever we have that regret, we have that you know feelings of regret, and we never down, so we punish ourselves over and over and over again for the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if we could, if we could learn how to, separate some of that, because what can we do about the past?
Yeah, exactly, mate. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of reading about it, and it's kind of like, if we ourselves have had some experiences in loss and trauma over the years, especially people close to us, we're kind of built to be able to handle that stuff in the future. You know what I mean? We kind of, and I found that what headed my kind of, me as a human being is that that went the opposite way. I felt no emotion towards any of the losses, and then but I needed to, because I kept bottling that up inside me, like Brendan did. You know what I mean? And
I think that's the thing too, CJ. Like, we bottle it up, but no one escapes that, So there's no one. We all go through it. It might be, and there's so many different stages through, and you might handle it differently than what I do. We all go through those stages, so we can't escape it. So we have to deal with it as soon as we can.
Absolutely.
And they say that time heals all wounds. I'm not so sure, with those trauma-based wounds, if you like, if we ever really get over it, or we don't ever. I don't think it does. Especially for people that that are close to us, or have that have that relationship with. I don't think you ever truly get over it, and I don't think the time does make it better.
No. We kind of have to live with it. You know what I mean? We move forward. We don't actually get over it. We don't say, "Oh, I forgot about it." I'm trying to forget about it, but we don't. We can never forget about it. We have to learn to be able to carry that with us. And maybe in a different way, in terms of looking at the love that was in that relationship or that loss. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, let's think about that side, not so much of missing. We do miss people. We have to miss people, so we carry that with us. And I think that it was only in the latter part of my years now that I've actually cried openly at funerals. Because I know what my kids or any young person, nephews and nieces, not doing that, not being able to do that at that time. It's not that because I wanted to do that. That's not a ploy. It was just that I needed to do it, which allowed others to do it as well. You know what I mean? I needed to do that because I just really needed to let that grief out and show that I'm human. I suppose it's that doesn't mean that people don't do it, aren't human. They still in a different way, and that sometimes can be really
it's right.
detrimental.
And I guess that's what I'm saying, brother, is, we all handle it differently, but not one of us escapes it. So, we're going to have all those different stages of the grief, or, whether it be anger or sadness or, those sort of things. We're all going to go through them, but it's just a matter of in what order they come. And I think it's a really interesting conversation. And look, the thing is too, what grief can hit us. It doesn't have to be only a physical death, does it? Like this time, say you move house, or you lose your job, or you have a relationship breakup. They're all you go through grief as well for those sort of things as well. So,
mate, I'll go for grief for a lot of things that even should make me happy, but it's like listening to Paul Kelly's "How to Make Gravy." I break down in tears every time I hear that song. Not that I have anyone that it kind of tells a story about people who aren't able to get together at Christmas time, and obviously it's not just people who. In his story, was someone that was incarcerated that couldn't make it out of prison in time for Christmas, but it's also everyone we've ever lost, that had a big part in the Christmas celebrations and, cooking food or doing things, putting the tree up, all that kind of stuff that we had in our lives. So it's kind of, when I listen to that, I should stop listening to it, but I love it. It's just a beautiful song.
It's a good song.
It's a beautiful song.
Yes. And seriously, mate, I mean, Paul Kelly is such a storyteller, such a great great storyteller, man, and you can't stop listening to it.
Can't stop listening to it, mate. Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question. What song makes you cry when you listen to it, when you hear
it? It's probably a couple, actually. I mean, Throw Your Arms Around Me by Hunters and Collectors as well.
Oh, yeah. They're really good. I was listening to Archie a bit.
Probably a couple, to be honest. Yeah. But
Archie gets me too.
Yeah, definitely.
Archie gets me all the time, and him and Ruby, though, really beautiful story in themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Story, struggle, all that kind of stuff, and but the love they had for each other was a beautiful story, and and they sing about things that happen in their lives, and and that's what I guess Paul did as well. Paul Kelly, he's a storyteller. That's what you say. He's just a storyteller, and
and you're right. And you're right, brother. I mean, Archie Roach, what a storyteller.
Oh yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, absolutely. And it's quite interesting, and that's the sort of stuff I suppose that we put ourselves through intentionally. You say, "Oh, I'm going to listen to some music." You put on, How to Make Gravy, and you start weeping and crying and remembering lots of things. It brings back lots of memories.
I think too, brother. I mean, like now that we're talking about music, I mean, there's so many songs that come up that you think about them, and you think of a time where you were, and you know exactly where you were when you heard some of those words, or a line, or a chorus, or whatever it is, and you think back to that. So I think music plays a really massive part in healing, but it also plays bringing up some of those memories, whether they be good or bad.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, I love music. I love storytellers. Actually, I don't like just words and rhythm and beat and that sort of stuff that just gets us up dancing. I love the stories that I'm an old Dylan fan, so I love Bob Dylan. He's a storyteller, and he tells a story about life. Yeah, and now a modern day storyteller that I'm getting myself into is this fellow called Ren, R-E-N, over in the UK. He's a young bloke, but he is just like a prophet. You know what I mean? He talks about he does a lot of rap, and he can sing. He's a great artist. He's a great musician, everything like that. But he tells his stories because he's gone through a lot of mental health stuff.
Yeah.
I think he had to deal with Lyme's disease, and as they do back in the day, they try and treat Lyme's disease with pills. This is going to fix this. Take that pill, that'll fix you up. Take that pill, that'll fix you up. So he ended up with a lot of mental health disorders, and
right.
And he talks about it, and he sings about it, and it's quite interesting, and it actually kind of hits you right here sometimes, because what he's talking about is the truth. This is his truth, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what we. that's what we need. Then our people have done is try to tell the truth, but no one's listening. No, some are, I should say, but yeah, it's only very few listening. So
yeah, oh yeah,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But you know, that's the other thing too. You know, and which plays a part with grief as well. You know, at a funeral, you know, for one of your loved ones, and then that song is stuck in your head, and you know, maybe that's a message too from our loved ones that have passed. You know, so
I think that's a beautiful song that whoever organised the funeral selected, because that's a song that obviously that person, you know, beloved, has loved themselves. You know, so it's kind of, you know, he loved that type of music or she loved that type of music, and you know, it's quite appropriate, I guess. But yeah, it's that grief stuff. You know, just going back to Brendan. You know, that he's carried that for a long time, and
he
kind of resurfaced again when he was triggered. You know, someone said something to him, and he brought back lots of memories, I guess. So yeah, and yeah, very interesting stuff. It's we're just being human, mate. That's that. It's all part of our DNA. Everyone's got it. So you know, unless there's someone that's physically well, not physically, but you know, having trouble with the social emotional well-being, that take on the different roles that they have, but they still have the potential to have that, you know, that grievance, I suppose, that sadness that you know, fills their life, sort of stuff. So, but yeah.
And I think that's the thing. Like, just going back to what we said before, you know, you don't. No one escapes it. It's just a matter of, you know, we might just process it differently, and then we, you know, sometimes we're able to come. Some people are able to come through it better than others, and you know, look, as we said before, I'm not sure about time, you know, healing all wounds. So. I think sometimes we need to do a lot of internal work on those sort of things to be able to come out the other side. And some people don't come out the other side either, brother. You know, so that's the sad reality of it.
Well, they've run out of time to be able to come out the other side, brother. You know, and unfortunately, you know, they aren't able to kind of, you know, move with that in a more positive way, sort of stuff, you know. So, you know, like you and I guess, and others that are around the country, we do things because we want to give back. You know, we want to be of service to people. You know, we want to make sure that they're okay, happy, and all that kind of stuff. And for me, it's not about them. It's not a service that we're giving. It's actually we're getting back a lot in return. You know, for our own well-being.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
You know, it's Some people say, you know, you should get paid to do that. I said, no, I do get paid to do that. It's only that I get it back in return. You know, we're sharing that human connection, if you like. You know what I mean? And we're really just trying to deal with their own stuff by helping others, not getting to, not go down that path.
I think you're spot on, brother, and I think you know, like most people understand that too. It's that human connection. It's, you know, it's about having relationships, and you know, as we always say, I mean, the relationship that we have is with ourselves. You know, so if we don't get our sense of belonging, you know, on track, if you like, it does mess with our identity and therefore our relationships and all that sort of stuff, brothers. That can also lead to you know, having grief as well. So you know, there's so many different aspects and so many different chapters, if you like, for the whole thing. You know, so
it is, brother. You know, and it's kind of like doing enough to. Oh, I'm trying to think of the words, but it's like I want to help that. I want to see people happy, you know, and I want to be happy because of that, you know, that type of thing. And it's it's sometimes, like I said, sometimes people just run out of time to do that, and I think that we all need to sort of.
Look, you're spot on, brother. Again, and the thing that you would notice this too. So you're walking, around the place and meet people as you're walking or running or whatever it is that we're doing. How good is it when you see a person and they smile in the morning? Or how negative, and you can see how it impacts others if someone is like angry or not happy. That's sort of you sort of wonder what's going on with them, because they're not actually feeling right, I feel like. So
and you can sense that vibe, can't you, mate? Like you can sense, should I say something or not? I don't think this guy's in the right place to say hello to. I'll wait for him to initiate that thing, and then that happens and it starts to open up. I think, mate, I was thinking, this is something that I've noticed a lot, because I do get a haircut, brother. I don't know about you, but I go to the barbers a lot.
I do. I still got a little bit there, but I do make it really short these days, brother.
I know. You can't get a style. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, it's obvious place, and how we do the mental health first aid stuff and social emotional wellbeing training, all that kind of stuff. That for blokes that go into barbershops, it's the obvious place for me. It's like, I go to barbershops back in Bali that have coffee, and people have a coffee, sit around, have a yard, meet and talk. Then they'll either go into the barber and they'll, what normally happens is the barber will somehow open up conversation, and yet they've got if someone's having a hard time with it, they've got no way of, for one, recognising that something's wrong, something's amiss in this little conversation, and they don't have any access to any of the local services and people that they could refer them to. So I really think that every barber should have some sort of training in this type of stuff, or even to be able to have that conversation, pick up those signs, and either say, have you heard of this mob or whatever, but it's kind of diced with a little bit of, you need a bit of courage to be able to bring that up as well. So and you need to have some sort of knowledge in terms of how to respond to things like that, because people only talk about it to those guys in the barbershop.
And you spot it. I mean, it has to come at there has to be the right timing to do it. So
yeah, absolutely, yeah, because you can come unstuck, bro.
Get that wrong, do you? So
no, but you can then put on your well-being shirt, well-meaning shirt, and
Yeah.
I'm only well-meaning,
Here you go, fellas. Here's your shirt.
Yes. Yeah, sorry, but something you need to know about me is I'm well-being. Anyway, but yeah, so it's kind of like, where do blokes go? Where do they actually talk to people? And sometimes it's a barbershop. It's a barbershop, not necessarily a doctor, because they don't want to go to a doctor and show that they're in trouble.
See, the thing is, and again, you're correct with what you're saying, it's got a safe space, brother. So
that's right.
It's not a safe space. You're not going to get any sort of engagement, really.
No, true, brother. Yeah. I could be fishing, it could be going to you're a veteran going to see, Jeff Sentence, I guess, or, those types of guys at those facilities. Yeah. So, but yeah, mate, it's interesting. Yeah. But, you can have a deep dive into this stuff, really. It's kind of, it happens.
Well,
it happens in real life.
We get asked a lot to run our grief workshops. Doesn't matter where you are. We get asked a lot, brother, to run the workshops, and it just opens up that conversation, because you're creating that safe space, a group safe space for everyone to have a yarn, and like some of the conversations that you end up having, like there's some really super sad stories, don't get me wrong, but there's some super positive stories and super stories coming out of that as well, so.
Yeah.
But it sort of intrigues me a little bit about, how we go about this and how, different people understand and how they process grief. So it really does make you think, and it makes me think all the time about, as we were talking about before, people that might be, coming towards you when you're running, and, they look sad or angry, or they might look happy, and I think that they make you think, those ones that are sad and, or angry, but the ones that, when you see someone towards you with a big smile, or, big hello, or whatever it is, they make your day. They can, you don't know what they're doing for some people, you know what I mean? So.
Absolutely, yeah. And then, you might, and on the other hand as well, you might see someone that's sort of a bit reserved, a little bit quiet, and you say hello to them, and they get a surprise and say, "Oh, someone said hello to me," someone's seen me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's kind of like, it's how you say that hello, I suppose, and and genuinely mean it, like be present when you say it. I really want to say hello to this guy, or hey, you go and have a nice day, that type of thing, and actually mean it, rather than it's just a default thing you say to people. But that default thing could mean a lot for someone that's having a really tough time. That think they're not heard about.
Really,
Absolutely. Yeah. So it's kind of like, communication's the best thing in the world for us humans. I think we need to just communicate. That's the main thing.
You've got to have it. You've got to have positive communication, or else you don't have a lot. And that positive communication, or even if it's negative communication, which is not so good, but they all impact on relationships, don't they?
Yes. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do impact on relationships, and because if you're in a relationship and you've known someone, or if you're family, and they're on the other side of the street and not even saying hello, there's something that's communication, that something's wrong, and what have I done? Even though I've been well-meaning, but it's kind of like, what have I done? What have I said?
Back to well-meaning, right?
That's right. I'm thinking, unless you go about cracking the ice, I suppose, and saying, "How you going, cuss?" All that. How you going, brother? And they say, "Oh, yeah," and if they don't, they keep going, then at least you've said what you've said, and they heard what you've said.
But I think most people, if you say to them, "Hey, g'day, brother," or "Hey, cuz, how you going?" They will respond. Most people respond.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might be a punch in the head or something, but they respond, mate.
It's kind of funny. Like when I'm in Bali and I'm walking around, and you get all these Balinese, Indonesian blokes walking around or standing around the place, I'll just go like that, and they'll go the same way. They go like that, and it's the same as what happens when I'm back in Australia. You see an Aboriginal bloke, you don't even say anything. Just
that happens a bit that way.
Well, absolutely, and like I said, you don't even have to say hello. It's kind of like, "There you go, Russ," like that, and and they give you one back, and you say, "Hey, deal with these fellas," and if you even sort of see someone coming, you think, "Hey, I think this fellow might be Aboriginal. I'm not sure," but anyway, you do that, and next minute you go, and then have another conversation. It's kind of it's how you use the different forms of communication that can crack a conversation open, I suppose, and have a chat. Where are you blokes? Where are you more from? That type of stuff.
100%.
Yeah. Actually, I was talking to a bloke the other day when I went to get my little buzz cut, and before I had the haircut, he was there. He's worked in the mines and up and down on roads and stuff in Western Australia, and we're yarning. Then I went and had my haircut, and then I came again. He's still sitting there with the coffee. He said, "Hey, what nationality are you? Where are you from?" He said, "Are you married?" "I'm Māori." I said, "Oh, no, I'm actually, my mum's Aboriginal, dad's Torres Strait." He said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Oh, mate, I used to work with a lot of blokes up in bloody Kununurra and up in the up in WA, and gee, the funniest blokes I've ever known. He said, he's starting to tell me all these stories about these blokes that he used to work with, and he said, up there, they're bloody 6 foot tall, some of these fellas. And I said, yeah, I know. That's right. I'm over the other side of the island, brother. I said, I'm over the other side of the island. Sneak through the rainforest, we can't be too tall. But so it kind of it's interesting, isn't it? And because he was a bit of he looked like a bit of a knocker, like a bit of a, what do you call it, bloody I don't know what they
knock around.
No, a bit of a knock around sort of bloke. He was, you don't know whether he's, one side of the fence or the other, and he certainly come out. He said, "Oh, where are you from?" He said, "Oh, you look like a marrow. The mate looked like you." I said, "Oh shit, poor bastard." I said, have a conversation, then it kicks on, So, and that's where I met him. Like it was outside a barbershop, coffee shop. So, and he's been living over there for 2 years in Bali. So,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, I've learned a lot about people when you're in a conversation. Isn't that good? Isn't that good? To know that sort of stuff. Yeah. But I was going to say the story we had was I had a story that we went down to. I think you might have been there, JB. It was down what do you call it? Dubbo for a men's health conference. Big Warren was there. All those guys were there, and we was at the big civic centre there, and got fit 100 people in there. There was about 100 blokes. But at the same time, the footy club was suffering because one of the young blokes had passed away from suicide or had an accident or something, And we got asked to, me and the other presenter, we got asked to go and have a chat to, because they were having a gathering at the club. And they said, "Oh, would you mind coming to have a chat about this stuff, this grief stuff you guys do, like the back of your head?" I guess it's, and we said, "Oh, okay, we'll come along." And everyone was very welcoming, and they were really talking about, and there was a bit of, I suppose a lot of sadness in that whole place. And then I think they asked us, Charlie and I think it was what's his name, fellow Forrester, Jay. He lives down in Dubbo, and he said, "Oh, we've got Charlie. We invited Charlie and Jay here talking about men's health stuff over at the civic centre." And I said, "Oh, yeah." They're introducing us, and I'm thinking, "Oh, I wonder if they want us to yarn, But we started talking, and we started talking about all those good things that we found, with our people that passed, all those good memories we had of them, and all of a sudden it all changed,
Well, I think that's the thing, brother. I think you hit the nail on the head there, because, like we see funerals as that sad time, and it's probably getting a little bit better now, but we need to be able to celebrate that person's life because of good things that they've done in their life, So hopefully that's where we need to turn it around too, to be a celebration of it.
Well, brother, I'm thinking about what to say next year, because we celebrate every year a birthday. We celebrate every year. We celebrate a birthday. When someone dies, we turn upside down and say, "Hold on, we need to celebrate this fellow's life," And this is not, we're all going to have this celebration at one day. We're going to all come into the situation one day. Why isn't it a celebration, rather than a not a celebration, if you like? It's a sad, and let's face it, the the passing of someone at that particular time is a sad thing.
Don't get me wrong, brother. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
it is such a sad occasion, but why don't we celebrate those good things that they have done in their lives?
Which is usually a week later after the passing, and now we're coming together. Are we coming together to grieve again, or we're coming together to support each other and help celebrate that person? It's kind of like, how do we switch that around? We need to grieve, and sometimes 100%. When
it's vitally important.
And sometimes when people haven't seen each other for a long time, and they turn up at at the service that they see someone, and then they start to grieve. They start their grieving process at the same time. You know what I mean? So, which is generally the funeral type of thing. So, but yeah, you're right. We have lots of birthdays. Some of those of us who live longer than others, we have birthdays all the way along. But we only have one. We only have one funeral. You know what I mean? And why is it different from the birthdays that we have?
Yeah.
Well, not the birthday, but
no, definitely. I mean, but we're not saying don't grieve or anything like that, because it's vitally important that everyone has their chance to grieve, and they need to grieve. The only thing we're trying to put on top of that is about, if we can make that part of the funeral as a celebration of life for who it's passed. I think that goes a long way to help with that healing process too, brother.
Yeah. We often say, and this is the term, I suppose, loss and trauma. There's also loss and celebration. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's got to be, brother.
Yeah.
There's got to be.
Yeah, you know what I mean? There's got to be loss and celebration. It's got to be, a celebration of life.
And because if we don't have hope, what are we, brother? We're hopeless.
Oh, no. And we carry a piece of that person everywhere we go. You know what I mean? We have part of that person with us all the time. When we want to feel, if we're feeling down, and we think about, some good times that happened and how good that bloke or that woman was, our friend, our family, it sort of lifts us a little bit as well. We're sad to have them gone, but we're so grateful to have them had them in our lives. So it's really, and it reflects in you. They reflect in you, type of stuff. Anyway, it's kind of, I know that it's, I think that, I think our initial conversation started out about the generational trauma stuff that's carried by people. And like we talked about our good mate Brendan last week, and I know that what happened is tragic, and it's you need to grieve, but he needed to piece it all together to make sense for himself, and talking was the way. Talking was the way to do it,
And boy, can he talk, brother.
I think he slept a couple
he won't mind me saying
that. He's a genuine champion, that fella, and as many people that would come on and talk to us on this particular, and once a week, an hour on a Wednesday or Thursday or whenever we're available, but and that's been happening.
Whenever we're available. So how can the people know when we're on?
Yeah, but thank this recording. You can have a listen to it later on. But it's getting near 6 years. So and I
think really good yarn tonight too, brother. I mean, I think it helped to have those sort of conversations, and as you said, coming up to 6 years, so it's been a journey and a bit, I reckon. So. And we just got and Deb Doherty come on. Deb Doherty just come on there. She said, "Hi guys,
hi, Deb.
Hello, Deb. How are you?"
We've tricked everyone tonight. We've gone on a Thursday only because we can, I suppose, or we can be back together on a weeknight.
We can do that, but probably the reason why we changed it around was we were both travelling last night, and yes. So we get on when we can, don't we?
Well, we're well-meaning, brother.
As we just said,
we're well-meaning. We're well-meaning brothers.
We mean well.
We mean well. We mean well, and I think this is going somewhere. That mean well.
That's our t-shirts, brother.
Yeah. Almost sounds Spanish. It almost sounds Spanish, Manuel. When you say Manuel, I said, "Oh, Manuel."
Manuel. Just said, I'm surviving. It's been a rough ride. I'm sorry to hear that, Deb. We have missed you. We haven't seen you for bit or heard from you for a bit. So good to have you back. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, you might want to come on and have a yarn. We've just been having a yarn. Just CJ and I just been having a yarn about grief and relationships and a whole lot of things. So,
yeah, some of the upsides of that, I suppose, and you can find an upside. That's the most important bit, keeps us going. Really, that does kind of keep us going. Yeah. From music, from Brendan last week, from a whole range of things. I suppose we sort of covered tonight, and it's been a good yarn, JB. I mean, it's always a good yarn when we catch up together, and it kind of reflects on what's going on at the moment with our own lives. You know what I mean? It's kind of
definitely
enough. It's like those songwriters that decide to write a song. It's about what's happened in their life, and they wanted to express that. So it's or it's that fella sitting in a barbershop chair and saying, "Oh, going to work, mate."
Well, now we could come up with a country song, mate. Well-meaning.
Yeah. JB and CJ Checkin. These guys are well-meaning. Not necessarily.
Could be well-meaning. Yeah. All right. Gotta go,
good on you, brother. Thanks, Deborah, for jumping on. Listen, I hope tomorrow's a better day for you, and you see some, find some
joy.
We're
here if you want to have a yarn too, Deb. So always
definitely, always here. Come on, one night. Then I can't tell you which one because we don't know either.
We don't know which one it is either. Actually, I don't mind the Thursday night, but it might be interfere with a bit of footy soon. So I don't think that'll work.
Well, it's all. You are a survivor, Deborah, and you are. You're beautiful and you're deadly. That's what you need to remember.
That's what the main thing is, Deb. So
you are a survivor. Strong.
All right,
but
gotta go.
Right, look, sorry to leave you though. We're off, and I'll catch up to you next week, mate. Where are we?
Which night we're making?
I don't know. I'm in Brisbane, I think. I'm in Brisbane Wednesday night, Thursday night. So Wednesday night, that'll be fine.
Wednesday night, we'll make it.
Thursday night, I'm probably busy getting back to down to Alba. Anyway, we'll work it out. We'll work out our itinerary, brother. Right, love to seeing you again, mate. Love to you and
you too, buddy.
Lisa, and I hope she's feeling better with the headaches. And just don't forget,
JB. Hope MJ is going well.
Yeah. Well, I can always say I'm well being, darling. I'm trying my best. I am. Stop laughing, JB. All right, see you before you.
All right.